So let's take a look at some characteristics of the short story. So like the novel, we still need to consider characters, plot, setting, narration, language, and themes. But with the short story, there's really not enough time to develop these to a great extent, like there is with a novel. So we read fragments of characters or condensed, intensified events. The story might even start in medias res, right in the middle of the action. One of the most important characteristics for a short story is the narration. All of the characteristics discussed in the novel on narration are also important in the short story. But with its unique intensity of focus and brevity of development, the short story's point of view, be it objective or subjective, first person or third, affects the reader's overall understanding of the primary elements of what are in play. So some of these points are repetition from previous sections, but review always helps. So with a short story, prose fiction is prose fiction that can be read in one sitting. I think Edgar Allan Poe said this. The plot is much less complex than a novel, but there will be many of the same elements. There's little character development, sometimes even little action, because some short stories might even just be half a page. It's rare, but sometimes they'll be very short, a couple pages. Short stories are often realistic, and they give us a snapshot of life. So for the characteristics of a short story, we've got the setting, things we've talked about before. We've got the plot. We've got a conflict also. So there can be an internal or external conflict, something going on maybe in the character's head or something going on in the character's surrounding circumstances. So the characters are also going to be protagonists and antagonists. There might be static characteristics or characters or other ones that develop. Now, the point of view is important also. I think I pointed out before. We can have omniscient limited, it's in third person, but we know only what a particular character knows. Omniscient objective, also in third person, but it's going from person to person, recording what is seen and heard, but not entering in the thoughts of anyone. So we also have first person here. So the story is from the perspective of the protagonist or from another character. If it's in first person, we know what that person knows and thinks. We can also have a stream of consciousness, which is like what we saw with Ulysses. And also we can have an innocent eye, which is the stories told from the perspective of a child. And I mentioned before Montaigne in 1948 by Larry Watson. And in that novel, the main character, David, I believe he's 13, he's recording a series of events that went on in his town. And we see this from the perspective of a child that's coming of age.